Hello everybody, Monica here with Handmade Bay. And today's project is called Triple Pocket Envelopes. And this is a very easy project, and it's taking envelopes, any size, small ones, large ones, those envelopes you get with your mail, the return address envelopes. Great use for these. And what we're going to do, we're going to take these and we are going to make something like this. And what this is something that you can put in your journals, glue it in, and you make it into a little booklet. Okay? Very easy to do. And I'll show you on this one. Here's one of my folios. And you take it, and you're going to glue the back down. Okay? And then you have a little addition to your journal, something a little extra special. See, isn't that fun? And you can make little pockets. Now, I call it the triple because the base of it is 3 pockets, but you can add more pockets just using strips. See, little hidden pockets like that for goodies, and just really fun. I mean, how beautiful is that, just from an envelope? Okay, so here's some other ones. These are just plain, and this is all done with one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Okay, you can cut up different papers from pads like this. I use this pad for this one, or you can just use one sheet of 12 by 12, which is what I'm going to show you in the tutorial today. Okay, so just fun pockets on the top, and a few pockets here. So all of these are a little different as you make them. Then you customize it to what you want, but all done with envelopes. Very cute project. Okay, and the one I'm going to show you how to make today is this one, the little recipe one that I made. Okay, got pockets inside, and a very little retro feel to it. Okay, so here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so this one I'm going to do, it's going to have a recipe theme. Okay, and I have some little goodies to put in there, and it would make a really great gift. So what we're going to do is start with just a regular envelope. You can use any size envelope. These I got at the local crafting store, 40 for $1.25, so you can make a lot of these with this. All right, these are great for putting in your journals, and that's what this is going to be for, where it's going to be a flip out like this with pockets, and you can use that in your journal. So again, the height, any size you want. Okay, so you're going to take the envelope that you're going to use, and you want to cut the paper. Now this I'm going to do with one 12 by 12 sheet of paper. All right, very simple, and then you can embellish with all your other papers, or you can cut each piece to go on each side. All right, but what you want to do is just cut your pieces a little shorter than your envelope, because you need the first piece to go inside the envelope. Okay, this is going to go in just a little bit up into here. All right, so we want to be a little shy. So this envelope's about 9.5, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Now again, watch if you have a pattern that has to go a certain way, depending if you want your book to open this way or this way. Set it up, and then just put the paper on it and make sure that it's going to follow the direction you want it to go. All right, this doesn't really matter. This is going all over the place anyway. So I'm going to take my paper, put it in your cutter. Now remember what I told you, the paper's out of pads and the loose papers, you need to make sure they're square first, all right, or else nothing's going to match up. All right, so I've already done that on this. So I want to go ahead, line up my envelope, and I'm going a little past, so this is a little shorter. All right, so let me line it up first. All right, and then we're going to pull this out a little more to get it a little shorter. Okay, and then we're going to cut. First thing we're going to do is take the flap. Now remember, this is what's going to go on your page. All right, so I'm going to do it this way for you. We're going to take our sheet, And we're going to slide it in. We're not going to worry about cutting anything at this point. Okay, if you're going to use the 12 by 12, don't worry about it. We're making this shorter because we are going to cut the top off to make a pocket. All right, so everything should be lined up with the bottom of your envelope. Okay, because that's going to stay constant. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it right in to where it goes past. All right, so it's kind of working as a liner. You don't have to go all the way in. You're just going to go in enough. And depending on how your envelope is, like this envelope that I did was flat. Was it this one? One of these was. It was one of those envelopes that, you know, came in your junk mail. Yeah, see this one? This envelope was flat, and I actually used it as part of one of the pockets. So it all depends on the envelope you use. So put it in where you want it. Now, this is how I recommend doing this because it gets kind of hard after you add glue to put it back in, okay? So you can use double-sided tape, whatever your adhesive is. I like this because this is very thin paper, and the fabric glue isn't water-based, so you won't get your paper bubbled up, okay? Make sure it's still lined up. Then you're just going to press, flip it over, press it again, and there's your paper, okay? Whoops, I got a little bit sticking out, but that's okay. Just rub that out of there. Okay, good. And that's another thing. If it oozes out, you can just rub it. Remember like the rubber cement when you were a kid? Same thing. Okay, so that's it. So now this is going to be the page that's going to be in your book, okay? But we have to cut this down, obviously, right? So if it's thin paper you're using, just take the score line of the envelope and fold it. This is very thin, so it was nice and easy. If you use a thicker paper, you're going to have to score that line again just to get the paper to fold nice and not crack. All right, so now what you have to do is think about how much of this you want on the page in your book or whatever you're going to put it in. And for this one, I am going to cut. Now just make sure that bottom's even. If you glue it down and it comes out uneven, just go ahead and re-press it. Line it up and do it, okay? Because we always want this to be even. Now this, I'm going to do this book all around. So I'm just going to take, let's see. I'm going to take probably right into there, okay? So I'm going to cut that. And again, there's not one wrong or right way to do it. It's whatever you're using it for. Okay? So there. So this is going to be my page, and now I have the book. So what we're going to do now is we need to cover this part and this part. Okay? Now you have to decide where you want your pockets to go. Here, I'm going to have a pocket go on this side, so I am just going to glue here, down here, and this way. So this is open. Okay? If you want a pocket here, you can put that pocket there, okay? So if I want this to be a pocket, I would go ahead and slice that off after I glue it. Now, what you could do too is line it up, and you could just fold this over and do it that way. All right, so it's whatever you want to do. But remember, you're going to have a pocket here. Okay, so I'm going to make this into a pocket on the side. So I am going to go ahead and glue this, this, and this. Line it up on the bottom. Press. And down. Now remember, we're cutting this off, so don't worry about that. And now I could cut this off, fold it over, leave it, but again, I am going to use it as a pocket. And actually what I'm going to do, since I have that line there, I'm going to fold this over. And then it'll be a little thicker pocket. Okay, so that edge will be nice. All right, so we add a little more glue there. So see, as you're making it, you can change what you're doing. Okay. Okay, so now we have our book, right? We got this here. We're going to have a pocket in here. We got a pocket here. Now you can decide. Now, if you had an envelope that had a straight edge, you would have all of this. Now, this is cut out, so you have to figure out what you want to do with it. You want to decorate this, whatever you want to do. So when you decide that, then what we're going to do is we're going to make our top pocket. Let me get my other cutter. So once we have all our papers on that are going to be coming up to the edges, you're going to take it all together, and then you're going to cut. And this is going to give you your new pocket. Now, since you cut off the edge of the envelope that was pre-glued, you're going to need to re-glue this down, all right? So you only want to glue it to this piece of paper, all right? Don't glue it down in here, because then you lose your pocket. So just match it up with here, all right? If you put this all the way in, you know, it'd be easy, but why waste paper? So just glue it to your liner paper. Okay. So here's your book. You have a pocket up here. Now what I do with my pockets, and this is kind of a good practice to show that it's a pocket, especially if you give it to somebody else, you want to cut little notches in. All right, so just easy little notch there. Here you don't need to, but if you did put another piece over this, you know, if you wanted to cover this and make it more like a pocket meeting up in here, then you'd notch there. All right, so that's another way of doing this. Just get another piece of paper, and we have a pocket here, so we want to cut that. And I think here I'm not even going to cut the outside. I'm going to just do it on the inside here. And then I know there's a pocket there. Okay, whoops, that's also dry. All right, so that's it. You can round the corners, you know, and then you want to start adding stuff. You can decorate, and like for this one, it's a recipe card, so I'm going to put some little tickets in there. Maybe even decorate with the tickets in here. I'll do something like that. Put some recipe cards in there, you know, to go with the theme. So I'll do that. Maybe some index cards, maybe some stickers, and yeah, so there you go. You can do, this one's a 3 pocket, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one is, I did a pocket here. This is with a 12 by 12 again. A pocket here, so you got 1, 2, 3 pockets, and you could add another piece here for another pocket. This fun one, I did that. I just stapled, glued just the bottom, so it's got little insides, and there's another pocket. And then this one, this is where I just stuck the piece of paper and made like a slide-in pocket. And then there's another pocket in here, and here, and then here. All right, so just endless possibilities, lots of fun, and really a great addition to your journal books. All right, well, I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you make it. Send me some pictures, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.